all for their support of Special Olympics. Very successful event, a very worthy event. And Victor Adair was there again, thanks to him, always donating, always supporting the group. Thank you, Victor. And this, by the way, the next day, I bet you lost sleep for the next 4 days. I mean, you got to be one tired guy.
There was a lot going on, Mike. I know time's short. Let me give you a couple of points. First of all, it's not over. We had some real big moves against, people on Friday. They're going to be coming into margin calls first thing Monday. And I think also a lot of people who have been invested in these different markets are going to decide that they want to get out of all of this kind of volatility. The market was certainly positioned for Remain to win, and that added to the shock of the move. Let me tell you something, that the Dow Jones had closed at its highest level in nearly 2 months the day of the vote, on the Thursday, and then we had that big fall. Where it ended up here, anybody who bought the Dow Jones in the last 3.5 months is now underwater, and I'm saying I think we go lower on Monday, which exacerbates any pressure to the downside.
Also liquidity problems, too.
Well, liquidity problems. In places there just was no liquidity. Market makers that were traditionally would be there weren't there. There was gaps in prices. But to get to the real heart of the matter, I think in this current environment that we have, when the market goes risk off, in other words, when people are worried, they're scared, they buy U.S. dollars, they buy gold, they buy senior government debt, and they sell other currencies. They sell junk bonds, commodities, stocks. And I'd say my main theme here, and I'm going to echo Jack Crooks, what a great guy for you to have on this morning. In this kind of an environment, capital will flow away from the periphery to the center. That means it goes to the United States, and it goes there looking for safety and opportunity.
Let's go further here about what has it done permanent damage when you look at like the margin accounts. People borrow, to buy different things. They're leveraged in the futures market. The implication of that.
The exchanges did a great job. They doubled all the margin requirements in the days leading up to this, but there are such big moves. And it's not just the dollars and cents; it's the psychological capital. When you get whacked, you tend to when you put your hand on the hot stove, you tend not to want to do it again.
Yeah.
Mike, the positions that I have had on, I'm staying with. I am short of the euro. I'm short of the Canadian dollar. I'm short of crude oil. I think Jack made a great point. We are going to have weaker global growth because of this, which means less demand for crude. And the speculators have been buying crude, taking it up. I think crude, can fall back from here, and that puts additional pressure on the Canadian dollar.
Well, I think you got to get to bed.
No, I just
4 hours sleep in 2 days. Yeah, okay. Victor, thanks so much. Great stuff. And by the way, your call about 3 weeks ago on this show made it very clear that 81 cent mark for the Canadian would be the high for the year. We've been playing the oil market to go back down. All of that looks awful sweet right now, Victor Adair.